Hello, saints. Paul, in chapter 4, is now telling us about the effects of being heirs to the kingdom in coming of age. Chapter 3 ended with that idea of how the law was going to give way to the era of faith, the time of the Messiah. And so now he's telling us that we're sons and daughters of God. That is that seed that is in us. That we're no longer slaves. He says we were slaves, and he's asking them, why are you turning back on those former ways of what the earth offered, with pagan dates and everything. And so now he says in verse 12, chapter 4, I beg you, brethren, become as I am, for I also have become as you are. He says, you've done me no wrong, but you know that it was because of a bodily illness that I preached the gospel to you the first time. And that which was a trial to you in my bodily condition, you didn't despise or loathe, but you received me as an angel of God, as Jesus Christ himself. Where then is that sense of blessing you had? I mean, you were that way then. You look so different now. So he says, for I bear you witness that if possible, he says, you would have plucked out your eyes and given them to me. So that's how connected they were to Paul, and they seem so distant now. He makes this comparison with the eyes, which I think that thorn in his side, that we're familiar with, was his eyesight. Not everybody agrees, but I think there's evidence for it. And here, why would they pluck out their eyes and give them to him, but for the fact that he may have had some problems seeing? And we know he did, because he always used amanuenses to write his letters, secretaries. And he would sometimes sign his name at the bottom, and one letter he says, see how big I write my letters, because he had a hard time seeing. And so I think that was his problem, but the people were so willing to embrace him, treated him as if he was right from God himself, that he was Jesus Christ himself, and would have given them their own eyeballs if they could have. He says, but now he says, so I have become your enemy by telling you the truth. So have we gone that far apart to where I was hailed before as almost as an emissary from God to what? What am I? Am I your enemy now? He says, that's the Judaizers, they eagerly seek you, he says, not commendably, not for anything good, but they wish to shut you out so that you will seek them. We hear it today. Very staunch legalists may address you about wearing jewelry, about the food you eat, the kind of dress you have, and they'll dress you down that you're not really in there. And there's no commending in a good way there, but they're basically condemning you. Why? Then you would come to them to seek the answers on what you must do. And that's not how it works. He says, so I have become the enemy, they eagerly seek you, not commendably, but they wish to shut you out so that you will seek them. But it is good always to be eagerly sought in a commendable manner. Not only, he says, when I am present with you, from a distance, not just, it's not, you have to wait till I'm with you. He said, my children, with whom I am again in labor until Christ is formed in you, but I could wish to be present with you now, and to change my tone, for I am perplexed by you. So he's perplexed about the children in Galatia there, and about how they're falling away from the gospel that he preached them. And he's trying to give them warning. So next time, we're going to talk about just what our position is now in the kingdom, so that they may know they have safe ground, that they are born of the free woman, not of the bondwoman. Blessings.